Hello and welcome to YP Investors Quick Tips. In today's episode, we'll be going over positive and negative trend lines in point and figure charts. If you're new to point and figure charting or you don't completely understand it, then you should check out our video tutorial on point and figure charts. To do that, go to the Video Tutorials tab on our website. Once this page loads, you'll have our full library of videos, and you'll want to find the point and figure charting tutorial video located in the top center of the screen. Alright, let's get into positive and negative trend lines. Let's start by looking at positive trend lines. And to do that, we're going to open up the YP Investors point and figure charting tool. So go to the Tool tab, scroll down to P&F charting. Once this loads, let's enter the symbol SPLK. Click Generate P&F Chart. Now this is Splunk. It's a software company, and we can see the current trend is positive. In our YP Investors point and figure charting tool, we use the point and figure charting chart of each stock to determine the current trend of the stock, and we automatically spit that trend out instantly once you click Generate P&F Chart. So it makes it really easy to figure out if the stock you're interested in is currently in a positive or negative trend. But let's look at this in more detail and scroll down to the point and figure chart. As we can see, the most recent column is furthest to the right. So as you can see, in May, Splunk made some chart marks. That's what 5 stands for, is May, and it made 3 O's so far this May 2019. And we can see that the trend line is down here with these pluses, and they're green, indicating that this is a positive trend line. We also know this is a positive trend line because the chart marks are above this trend line. And we can see that the trend line reading from left to right increases as we go more to the right. This means that for every new column created, the trend line is going to keep increasing in price, which is indicating that the overall price of the stock should continue to increase in the long term. These trend lines act as points of resistance, so if the stock's price gets down near this trend line, odds are it will not cross it but just bounce off of it and continue to go higher. So let's check out a negative trend line. Let's type in the stock Tesla, TSLA. And as we can see, our YP Investors point and figure charting tool shows that this trend is negative. So let's look at the chart. And as we can see, for most of 2019, Tesla has been in a negative trend, which means that its stock prices are trending lower and lower the longer it's in this negative trend. So as you can see, you do not want to own stocks that are in a negative trend. And with these trend lines, as I mentioned earlier, they act as lines of resistance. So it's very hard to cross these lines. You can see a few times even this double top buy signal wasn't able to generate enough momentum to cross this trend line. So given that these trend lines are very hard to cross, our YP Investors quick tip for you is to check each of your stocks daily or weekly with our YP Investors point and figure charting tool and make sure that your stocks are in positive trends. If they aren't, then odds are the stock price in the long run is going to be going lower. So we suggest that you sell out of that stock in order to save you any gains that you have and prevent you from losing money or losing any of the gains that you have created from this stock. Now, if you haven't become a member of YP Investors yet, you can sign up for a free trial and start growing your wealth at ypinvestors.com. I want to thank you for joining us in our YP Investor Quick Tips episode, and good luck on your investments.